Hey friends, Randall here, and today we're going to be talking about my top 5 ways to kick the Houston Marathon just right in the balls. Now, I have finished it, let's see, 1, 2, 3 times, I guess. So, let's talk about my tips that I kind of wish I knew on the first go around. Sorry, shaky cam. And a Kimmy cat. Kimmy, you're not helping. Okay. Kimmy. Kimmy cat. There's Kimmy's butt. Okay. Top 5 tips. Thank you. Okay, come here. All right, number 1. Depending on where you're seated, i.e. corral A, B, C, D, or E if they still have an E, it's going to be usually cold. You're going to be waiting. Lunchbox, when she was in the last corral, waited for almost 45 minutes a couple times. So, if you can, hang out in the building and keep yourself warm. Just remember, some of the corrals close early. Depending on what time, you can look on the website and find that. Yeah, so don't stand out there and be freezing for 45 minutes, especially if it's trying to rain on you. And then they funnel you, all these 40 whatever thousand people through this little start area. So don't trip, be careful, and just make sure you get there early enough to find a parking spot, because you're not the only one going there, and all the spots are going to be full, and no one knows what they're doing, and they've got half the streets closed. So it's fun if you don't know where you're going or what you're doing. All right, the next fun tip is after the half and full split. I forget what that road is, but the half will go straight down a chute and turn off and go back to the end, and the full will turn and go in front of like Rice University. And it's cool because there's a whole bunch of people, and then the splits, and it's just silence for like a few miles. There's hardly anyone there, and all you hear is the huffing and puffing, and it's tough. That is, for me, it's usually the hardest part of the race, just because you're done, your adrenaline's worn off, and you're getting into the grit, the hard miles. So just be prepared for that mentally. All right, number 3 goes kind of hand in hand with number 2, but it's the long track down Memorial. Once you get through Rice and go through 610 down there and go through the Galleria area, you'll take the Memorial Drive. It is back down to downtown, and there's a few people there, but most everybody at that point has gone down to watch people finish. So it's sparsely populated, except for kind of around the aid stations or intersections. So it's a long, just straight, road. I think it's like 6 or 7 miles just straight down this road back into downtown. And you can see it, and it never seems like it's moving any closer to you. So be prepared mentally and physically for that one. All right, my 4th tip is to start slow. It is a long race, and especially right when you get through that start chute, everybody's adrenaline's pumping, they're all moving fast, there's giant crowds cheering you on, and you'll look down at your Garmin or your Fitbit or whatever, or your phone, and realize you're going really fast. Like me, I'm usually booking it about 2 or 3 minutes per mile faster than I want to set my race pace, just because there's so many people. It's so fun, and I'm trying to get in front of all the slow people that come out of the chute walking for some reason. And you don't realize how fast you're going until you're about to throw up because you're breathing so hard. So just remember, it's going to be exciting at the start. Slow it down, set your pace, and go slow on the first half, and then try and get your time on the second half, the negative split people talk about. All right, number 5 is that it's okay to walk. Now, if you're like me and you don't like to walk, I don't want to say it's embarrassing, but it's definitely not in your race plan when you have to walk. Just keep in mind, and you can usually figure out where they're going to be, but there's spectators out there. And when you're walking through the spectators, it's not as much fun as when you're running by them and they're cheering for you to keep going. So I guess my point is, it's okay to walk. Just if that's your thing, choose where you're gonna walk. Like people are usually, oh my goodness, the cats are everywhere. There's usually people gathered around intersections or businesses. So if you're in a flat stretch where there's no one, take your breather there so you can look fresh and run by all the people. Took me a while. It actually took me till last year to figure this out towards the end of the race. I'm like, I should do that. Okay, here's another kitty. Say hi, Mr. Yukon. He tried to jump on top of a shelf over here and missed and fell down. He's apologizing for making so much noise. Anyway, that's my top 5 tips. I guess for beginners or advanced. Hey, don't stick your nose on the lens. So we'll see what happens this year. Hope to see you out there. If you do, say hi. We'll get you on the video here, and you can do a cameo. All right, good luck.